Hey team, this training is called the Listening Campaign, and here we're going to help you find your prospects' urgent, pervasive, expensive problems, find out how they talk about it, and help you know your clients better than they know themselves. So let's set the scene. Often when folks are new to working with us, we hear things like, David, I don't know about all this prospecting stuff. Before coming to work in the program, I'll tell you, I just sent 600 LinkedIn messages and not a single person responded. And it's like, oh my goodness. Holy smokes. This is the worst kind of copy and paste generic monkey spam. And let's talk about the problem. Let's talk about why this doesn't work. And if you've had little experience sending generic random messages to random strangers for random reasons, why this might not be working. So let's debunk this myth right here, right now. Generic messages do not work. Let me repeat that. Generic messages do not work. Blind calling and dumb calling, meaning you have no idea who they are, you have no idea what they want, you have no idea what they need, you have no idea what they're up against, and so because you don't know about them, who do you end up talking about in your initial email or initial LinkedIn message or initial video message or audio message? You end up talking about yourself. So of course that doesn't work. That comes across as generic monkey spam. That kind of outreach is exhausting, ineffective, and if we can be brutally honest with each other, it's a little bit silly. So we need to do the listening campaign to really understand what's going on in a given industry, what's going on with the circumstances, the conditions, the pains, the problems, the heartaches, the challenges, the gaps, the goals, the dreams, the aspirations, what they want, what they need, what are the priorities, what are the strategic initiatives that they might be working on. Once you know all of that, then you will have successfully gotten to know your prospects better than they know themselves. And by the way, when you do this kind of wrong, silly, monkey spam outreach, it often does more harm than good. Ugh. All right, let's see if we can fix that. Here's the opportunity. Imagine having X-ray vision into your prospect's brain cells so that they see you as an industry insider and as a professional problem solver, not just another consultant, another coach, another trainer, another speaker who's randomly cold calling and knocking on their door. So think of your prospect's universe as a secret club. It's a nightclub. It's got bouncers. It's got these big, burly, mean-looking monsters. And unless you know the code words, unless you know the passwords, they are not going to let you in. However, if you do know the code words and the passwords, they of course will happily escort you right to the front, right to the best table, and you'll probably get some complimentary beverages. So if you've ever felt with this whole prospecting puzzle, it's like, does everyone know how to do prospecting except me? Like, what's the secret password? What's the magic beans? What do I need to do or say or send to get in the door? This training will help you get those answers. So let's talk about what's the assignment. The listening campaign research summary. So I'm going to walk you through this, but this is the worksheet that is in this training. And what we're going to be looking for is some Google searches that will help you surface the challenges, the problems, the trends, the priorities, the complaints, and have you put your finger on the pulse of your future clients and figure out what are some consistent themes, what are some aha revelations that you might not have known about that niche or that target market or that best fit client, and then what are some trends and priorities and key questions that they have so that when you show up on the scene, you are the at last, finally, someone who knows what we're up against and can probably help. So grab this worksheet. There it is. Grab this worksheet and let's start walking you through how to complete it. Google is your friend. Throughout our entire adventure together, we are going to be looking at research and Googleicious. Googleicious results to help you. So here are the initial Google searches that will help you complete that worksheet. Whatever your topic is, leadership, strategy, innovation, communication skills, team building, culture, diversity, equity, inclusion, all those topics are in the topic placeholder. So let's just go with leadership for a quick moment. Leadership challenges in, and then the target industry. Banking, professional services, manufacturing, whatever it might be. So that's the syntax of how all of these is going to go. And it's going to be challenges. I want you to search for problems, trends, priorities, key questions, and then a bonus tip is add the word CEO or executive or management or leaders. So leadership challenges, leadership problems, CEO priorities, executive key questions, executive trends, executive problems. And you're going to follow the rabbit trail for a little bit and see what comes up and start to write down and collect those exact sound bites, short phrases, key words that will help you put your finger on the pulse of exactly what's going on. Then we're going to do the same thing with industry publications. So I just chose banking because why not? Tons and tons of banking magazines, banking association publications, banking trade and professional journals. I just found with a quick Google search, Private Banking Magazine, Bank Advisor, all sorts of state, local, regional, Northwestern Financial Review, Texas Bankers Association, lots and lots of information out there. And so you're going to do a quick scan of association websites and publications, association conferences, do a quick scan on LinkedIn, industry blogs, online communities and forums, Facebook groups, and what you're looking for is what topics are on fire. Which posts really get a lot of traction, or which questions get a lot of interaction, questions, yeah, me too, holy smokes, we have that problem. Which posts have the most comments, likes, shares, responses, and amens. And that will tell you what's hot and what's not. And again, put those findings on your worksheet as well. So, you become a private investigator. You become a detective. You are going on a digital stalking mission so that you know your prospects better than they know themselves. We'll tell you a quick story. This was a detective show, and they were on a stakeout, just like this detective here is on a stakeout. And they're observing the comings and goings of this suspected criminal. And at one point, they lose sight of where he goes for a very important meeting. And needless to say, their lieutenant just flips out. It's like, what? You lost him? You didn't listen in on that meeting? You don't know where he went? There's something that you missed? And here's what the lieutenant says. Listen, I need you to track this guy 24/7, every move, every call, every meeting. I need you to know how he likes his eggs. And that was the punchline. I need you to know how he likes his eggs. So my friends, your listening campaign, you are a detective on a stakeout. And just like on that TV show, you need to know how they like their eggs. Have fun with it. See you in the next training.